Do you love a burger when you're on vacation or when you're tailgating? Check out the brand new grill from GrillTime Grills. I'll show you how to make a delicious burger like this. Ready to cook? Let's go! All right guys, tonight I want to show you a brand new grill from GrillTime. Now, this is a little tailgater grill. It came with some charcoal and a starter gel. In this cook, we're gonna make some burgers, so let's get to it. Let me show you the grill. All right guys, so this is the tailgater grill. It's portable. It's meant to go on your adventures and be portable so that way you can go have fun and still eat great. This one came with a griddle, attachable griddle, and this is the grill. I've used it a couple of times. It's got a nice little center part that you can cook stuff on, and it's ridged, and so the grease will go away. Right underneath this is the fire cup. You're gonna fill your charcoal in here. Underneath that is a bowl, and you're gonna put your charcoal starter there. This one comes with a removable bowl, and you can add some water in there, and this is what it looks like inside. Now, this knob on the front turns a fan. You turn it on, and it starts the fan. And the fan is meant to keep air going so your charcoal stays lit and hot. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll get that charcoal started, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do. For this cook, I'm gonna use a tumbleweed, and I'll start with that on the bottom. So we're gonna add our tumbleweed, and then we're gonna add some charcoal. We'll put a little bit of this starter gel on the charcoal and also down here in the cup, and that's gonna light the tumbleweed. And then right before we start cooking, I'm gonna throw on this hickory chunk, and that'll give us some good smoke. All right guys, let's light that. All right, so now while we're waiting for this to ash over, I'll start prepping the hamburgers. Now I'm gonna go ahead and turn the fan on. Let me get you in closer. Watch what happens whenever I turn the fan on. See that flame start coming up? That's the magic of this GrillTime grill. Now I'll have an affiliate link below if you want to pick one up. One of the things that I also found really helpful are these fly fans. I'm cooking in the backyard and flies have become an issue. So these are chuck burger patties, and we're going to use some of my flavor formula good on everything rub. You can pick that up. We'll have the link below. If you're local in San Antonio, you can stop by Robert Brew's booth at the Eisenhower Market. So for this spice, I'm just gonna put it on the burgers. And then since we're gonna be cooking with charcoal, you'll get that nice natural flavor. We'll enhance that with our little chunk of wood there. This, again, this is hickory. For today's burger, I'm gonna do kind of a Southwest burger. I've got some chipotle mayo, and then we're gonna use these crispy jalapenos. I've done them in the past, and I really like the way they taste. We're just waiting for our charcoal to ash over, and once we get that ash, then we'll go ahead and put the grill back together and start cooking. Guys, you can see that little fan really helps with the fire production over here, and you can adjust it. It's got an adjustable knob to turn it up and down. Right now I have it on low. We started on high, but see, now that it's down on low, you're getting a different kind of flame. All right guys, we're getting close. We've got a nice little fire going in there. Just waiting for these charcoal briquettes to ash over. This is a 100% natural charcoal offered by GrillTime. They say that you can use any charcoal in there, but nothing synthetic, right? No, don't use gasoline to start it. Don't use any lighter fluid. Just keep it natural because it's gonna make your food taste better. We're just a few minutes away from putting this thing back together and getting our grill on with GrillTime. All right guys, it is really windy out here, so I'm glad that I had this little GrillTime grill with the fan on it, because the fan is keeping this fire stoked. I think that the charcoal is pretty much where we want it to be. I'm gonna back out and we'll put the grill on and let that heat up. All right guys, we're gonna put the grill on with these latches. I'm gonna put the lid on, that way we can see what kind of temps we're getting there. All right guys, it's been really windy out here. I'm gonna go ahead and fill up this charcoal cup. I think we need a little more fuel. Crank up the fan and wait for that to ash over. That little fan is doing its job, man. I dig that. All right, looks like we are about ready to go. See if I can make this piece of hickory fit in here. No, it's a little too tall. Okay, well, we'll leave that out. We'll leave that guy out. But let's go ahead and put the grill back on. There are some spots right here for your latches. Then we're going to put the cover back on, and let's see what kind of temp we can get. When we had the cup filled only halfway full, we only got to about 200 degrees. Let's see if filling the charcoal bucket brings it up to cooking temp. We'll check back in just a minute. All right, guys, so the temperature is only reading 200 degrees there. We're reading 95 with this. Our ambient temperature is 94 degrees outside, but inside of here, we are getting pretty good temps, okay? So I think we're gonna go ahead and start these burgers. Let's see, I think I like that. Yeah, there we go. And I like this spot right here because you can add in some onions or peppers or something, get a little saute going, maybe some mushrooms, and those would go good with the burgers. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cover this for a minute and we'll really trap in that heat. Okay, it's been a couple of minutes. I can see that the burgers are cooking. We're starting to get a little bit of moisture up here on the top. Let's see, I'm going to give it a spin. Right here, we're at 433 degrees right there. You're at like 388 cooking on the outer edge. That's pretty good. Yeah, you can see that the juices are coming up to the top. So it's definitely cooking, definitely rendering out the fat and the moisture. So my lesson that I've learned is to go ahead and fill that charcoal cup all the way. I know in some of the stuff that I saw on it, they said if you want less cooking time, you can use less charcoal, but for our purposes here, I think filling it up is the way to go. All right, guys, go ahead and turn these burgers over. Nice bit of theater going on there. Let's use our chef's temp thermometer. Can you see the numbers? All right, so we're sitting at 140 inside of that one. All right, so I have this griddle plate, and I'm gonna go ahead and move the burgers over to the griddle. I'm gonna have some fully cooked bacon, and we're gonna go ahead and crisp that up, and then we'll toast our buns. All right, guys, we've got the fat rendering out of our bacon. We're gonna go ahead and spray our buns with some Wagyu beef tallow, and they'll crisp up on here. We'll let that soak in. We'll go ahead and top these patties with our cheese. Let that melt a little bit. Then we'll remove the bacon and the burgers and toast the buns, and we'll be ready to assemble. Looks like our cheese is melted. Giving us some nice melty cheeseburgers. We'll set these guys over here on the side. Oh, yeah. We'll move our bacon over. And now we've got some grease on there. We put tallow on these buns, and we're just gonna press them down so we can take advantage of that beef fat, the tallow that we sprayed onto them, and then we're just gonna toast these buns, and then we'll be ready to build our burger. All right, guys, so one of the features of this is that the shell is cooler to the touch. Now, I just finished cooking, and it's a bit warm, but in about 5 more minutes, it should be, you know, pretty cool and allow pretty much anybody to pick it up and move it. I'm going to move it over so we can get ready for our next part, which will be build the burgers, and that'll happen right here. All right, guys, let's build that burger. We've got our bun. We toasted it up. We're gonna put some of this chipotle mayo on there. I'm gonna put some of these crispy jalapenos on there. Now we'll add our burger, cheese and bacon. Put a little bit more of that mayo on there. And then we're ready. Check out this burger we just made on our GrillTime grills. Let's take a bite. That's a really good burger. I like the seasoning on it. It's a little bit spicy with these jalapeno chips, with these fried jalapenos. The jalapeno mayo, the cheese kind of smooths it over. The bacon helps to make it rich. Pretty good.